The biggest secret to making more sales on social media is actually offline. The reason you are listening to this right now is because you do not have enough paying customers, which means you are not making the money you need to make, leading you to frustration, stress, and unhappiness. Now, I'm going to suggest to you that the biggest reason you are not getting paid what you deserve is because you are not having enough conversations with the right people. Now, before I carry on, I am super excited to share with you that Stephen and I will be covering this exact topic in our live workshops coming up in South Africa. Now, the first one will be in Cape Town on the 26th of August, and the second one will be on the 3rd of September in Sedgefield on the Garden Route. Now, these workshops are going to run from 8:30 in the morning till 1 o'clock. So there's going to be loads and loads of value, and we are going to talk exactly about how you can attract more customers, make more sales using the current online marketing strategies that we need in our businesses today. So if that is you, then just head over to marenbarnard.com/live, and you will get all the details there and how you can register and how you can secure your seat. Now, we do have limited seats. I just need to add that we do have limited seats. So please make sure to head over to marenbarnard.com/live right now and secure your seat. Okay, so let's dive into this week's episode. Now, my new mantra, and I give full credit to one of my mentors, is this: conversations are the fastest path to cash. Now, I would add conversations with the right people are the fastest path to cash. So, if you want to increase your income, have more conversations. If you want to sell more things, have more conversations. And if you want to earn more, have more conversations. But the caveat, you need to have those conversations with the right people. And who are these right people? Well, in a previous podcast, I spoke about the importance of the 3 M's: your message, your market, and your media. So let's help you have more of the right conversations, which is your message, with the right people, which is your market, with the right means, which is your media, social media platform. And that will lead to less rejection, more customers, and more sales. Does that sound good? Okay. So think of using your social media platform as your online marketing vehicle, and then you make your sales offline. And that's why the heading for this episode is: the biggest secret to making more sales on social media is actually offline. Now, this is probably contrary to what you've been taught or are currently doing. I mean, how many times have you posted about your product, your promotions, your special prices or discounts on social media, and you can't understand why no one is buying from you? You get told to post daily, it's time consuming, you run out of ideas, you don't know what to post. You're like a hamster on a treadmill, and you end up being frustrated and defeated. When you don't see results, what tends to happen is you stop doing what needs to be done. Now, does that sound familiar? So, my question to you is: why are people not buying from you? Now, there can be many reasons, but let's just assume that you've already built up that know, like, and trust factor over time with your audience, and you are still struggling. Let's also assume that statistically, only about 6% of the people are ever ready to buy from you. But unbeknownst to you, your message is not going to those 6%, but rather to the 94% who are not ready to buy. Now, if people are not ready to buy from you, it doesn't matter what you throw at them, nothing is going to stick, and therefore you won't make sales. You see, with your online platforms, you have very little control over who or how many people see your content. Sure, you can try and segment your market via location or gender or occupation, but at the end of the day, you are still at the mercy of the algorithms. They determine where your information flows. Now, if your content is not unique or engaging, fewer of the right people are going to get to see your posts. So why would these people buy from you? Now, if you are one of those people asking strangers to like and follow your page, then have a guess what is going to happen. If they are not your ideal customer, will they ever buy from you? Furthermore, if these followers are of a certain profile, don't you think then that your lookalike audience are going to give you more of the same? You know how Facebook sends you people that like your page or that watches your content? Well, if people are liking your page and they just random people, then Facebook is just going to send you more of those random people. And this all translates to no sales. And so a vicious cycle continues. Now, providing links that send users away from your social media platform, guess what happens? You will get penalized. Does it make sense that irrespective of how good you are still going to struggle to make a sale today? So there's two lessons you can learn from this. Lesson number one, are you speaking to the 6% or the 94%? How are you filtering your audience so that you know which segment you are speaking to? And would it make sense to create a funnel which allows you to speak to qualified buyers on demand? And lesson number two, the biggest secret to making more sales on social media is actually offline. So take your customers offline as soon as possible and start having a conversation. Now remember, conversations with the right people are the fastest path to cash. So, how do you start having intimate conversations with your potential prospects so that you can turn them into a paying customer? Well, remember in last week's podcast, we spoke about having an email list. Now, do you have an email list? Do you know how to create one? Do you know how to use it effectively? You see, with an email list, you have control over your audience. You are not reliant on algorithms putting your message in front of the right people. An email list gives you the opportunity to have real conversations with your potential customer, building up that know, like, and trust factor. Be different to everyone else in the marketplace and actually take time to engage with your prospect. Speak to them. Ask relevant questions. Listen to understand. Take interest in their issues. Can you solve their problem? And are you the right person to do just that? And are you showcasing this to them? Avoid always trying to just sell, and start trying to come from a place of service. Can you provide them with some sort of value first? Help your prospect first without expectation of making a sale. And then when they are ready, they will come back to you and buy from you. So one of the first things that you can do is to really listen to what their problem is. And if you can offer a solution to that problem, you can start off by creating what we call a lead magnet or freebie, in which you share your knowledge with your prospect on how to solve that problem. Now, you will offer this lead magnet to them for free in return for their email address. Now that you have their email address, you can continue to give them value every single week. Now, remember what I said. People don't just wake up one morning and say, I want to buy this thing. Over time, they realize they have a problem and that they need a solution to this problem. So let me try and explain this to you through a little example. Think of dating. If you're a girl that is looking for a husband, you're not just going to wake up one morning and say, I want a husband and I'm going to find one today. No, it just doesn't work like that. You're going to go out there and you're going to meet some new men. Some you're going to like and some not. And this is exactly what happens in business. Even though two businesses can offer the exact same product or service, like the men can be your husband, we might feel more inclined to do business with one because of their values or their services. So let's continue our little example. Now that you've met some nice men, you start following them on social media, you check them out, see how legit they are. Now, you might find that some drink too much and that doesn't appeal to you. So those are out. And one might comment on not wanting children, and you do. So that one is out. And finally, you decide to go on a few dates and find the one that you really like and want to start building a relationship with. Can you see how this doesn't just happen overnight? Well, building up a customer base is the same thing. Firstly, you need to attract the right people that you can help. And then you need to nurture them, give them value, build the relationships, and build up their trust so they feel comfortable knowing that you are the right person to help solve their problem. So, if you want to learn how to attract more customers and make more sales, again, I would love to invite you to come and join us at our live workshops. We're going to be hosting 2 workshops, one in Cape Town and one in Sedgefield on the Garden Route. And we will be diving deep in on how to attract customers and make more sales in today's environment using online marketing strategies that work. So just head over to marenbarnard.com/live for all the details regarding these workshops. Now, that's it from me this week. Make sure to start building that email list today. And like always, go out and make a difference, because there is someone out there right now looking for exactly what you have to offer.